Getting ready for the first final to be contested here at the Year 2018 European Athletics Under-18 Championships. 24 women coming into this race. Fastest woman on paper is Hanna ZUBKOVA from Belarus. There's a very good Greek and a very good French girl in this field as well. ZUBKOVA, you can see, 23.48. FIÁSKA. Well, I've got ZUBKOVA down as having a best of 22.50, so we'll double check on those stats. But FIÁSKA definitely has a personal best of 23.24, and Julia PERRICHON of France, the third fastest, at 23.48. I can tell you what's happened here is that ZUBKOVA actually clocked her sub-23 time indoors in Belarus earlier this year, but we're only showing the outdoor time, her outdoor best of 23.48. So having a few small problems with the timing systems. We'll get it all sorted out in due course. ZUBKOVA just turned 17 yesterday. Well, 2 years ago, it was the Turkish walker, Meryem Bekmez, who raced away from the opposition. Just wondering whether any of the Turkish walkers, Evin DEMIR is here for Turkey, so too Ayse KILIÇ, can replicate the performances of their compatriots from 2 years ago. Well, Tbilisi was extraordinarily hot as well, but I think our temperatures are actually getting close to this. It's going to be a day, perhaps not of fast times. It's going to be a case of actually keeping very, very careful control of your hydration. You can see a lot of the women, girls, have got caps on, protect themselves from the sun. Not too sure a black cap is probably the best one. White normally reflects the heat and the sun a bit better. Sarah Glennon on the inside. She'll be easily recognisable, not just because of her very traditional green apparel. So the 24 walkers starting off in two phalanxes. Already on the outside, Glennon making the pace. Now they've all joined together. So it was Glennon. It's McHugh, the other Irish runner, Irish walker, who's in the lead at the moment. And the Greek FIÁSKA is on her shoulder. Well, we haven't had 2,000 meters. We've had 600. Not even that, 400. I'll do my best to try and keep an eye on proceedings and try and make sure that what you see is accurate. So Emily McHugh. Hasn't got much form to her name. She's mainly raced on the roads. A very good performance in the well-known Isle of Man races in Douglas a while ago. Showing some good early form here. Expecting a winning time in the region of around 23 minutes, perhaps very slightly quicker. And you can see there, Belarusi ZUBKOVA takes the lead. FIÁSKA, the more diminutive figure of the Greek on her inside. Also, well, that's Tach, Alina Tach from Ukraine. Two Turkish athletes up there, KILIÇ and DEMIR, currently in 3rd and 5th place. So ZUBKOVA now dictating the pace. And of course, in this age group, a lot of them don't have much international experience, but will have no doubt been looking down the yearly list to see who they should be keeping out for, and their coaches will have given them some advice as well. ZUBKOVA, if she can replicate her indoor form, is quite a significant margin ahead of the rest. On the outside, Ekaterina Mrzvotseva from Estonia. Mrzvotseva has won 2 national titles in this age group in Estonia. Well, now, starting to pull away. There's a gap starting to emerge. So we have ZUBKOVA, tall blonde hair, or diminutive Greek walker just behind her. Ólga FIÁSKA, dark hair, and then first of the 2 Turkish runners, Turkish walkers, I should say, Ayse KILIÇ. KILIÇ at the moment. Oh, it's DEMIR, in fact. Sorry, the camera shot. Bit confusing. DEMIR, the better of the 2 Turkish walkers, but well, she's walking very well at the moment, DEMIR. She's on course perhaps to smash her personal best, which is outside 24 minutes. And then a 4-second gap back to the Estonian. Tall Estonian Ekaterina Mrzvotseva. Second Belarus athlete leading the second pack at the moment, Daryna MAROZAVA. MAROZAVA has been mostly racing over the longer distance outdoors on the roads of 10 kilometers. Is ZUBKOVA racing very well at the moment. Outdoors, she hasn't actually raced on the track this year. She's had a very good outing, though, in the well-known Gommel Walking Festival, and she won the under 20 10 kilometers in personal best time of 47:45. So at the moment it's Belarus, followed by Turkey, followed by Greece. Looking back down the field there, you can see some of the women already wanting to take on liquid. It's a very, very hot day here. I hope her aim was true there, otherwise she'd end up battering one of her opponents. Well, FIÁSKA starting to drop off the back here. DEMIR hanging on to ZUBKOVA. Still very early stages in this race, though. Leaders just coming into the home straight, and when they go through the line this time, they'll have completed 1,800 metres, so less than halfway into this race. I'll try and give you an unofficial 2-kilometre split, walking fans. So the 1,800 metre split there was 8:04:08. MAROZAVA currently in 5th place, looking back down the field. Well, ZUBKOVA now starting to pour it on. The women who are crossing the line there, going through over half a minute behind the leader. Well, MAROZAVA now moved up to 4th. Still ZUBKOVA, followed by DEMIR, followed by FIÁSKA. Belarus, Turkey and Greece in that couple of laps, and she's in 4th place at the moment as we switch back to the walk. Now, 4 laps to go, 1,600 metres to go, and ZUBKOVA, if she can keep her form, is striding away to become the first gold medalist of these European Athletics Under-18 Championships. Now starting to lap some of the other women who were on the start line with her. 24 women starting the race. That's Rivas, who she's just gone past. Well, the gap's widening with every lap. FIÁSKA has just gone through the line and she's about 20 seconds in arrears. So ZUBKOVA three seconds quicker than FIÁSKA on that lap alone. You can just see FIÁSKA in the background, long way back. You look past Rivas, down the track, almost the full length of the back straight. And there you can see FIÁSKA. 3,400 metres, there's just confirmed. There's a big battle for 4th now, but they're a long way behind the 3 medalists, but it's a lot of ground to make up, and I get the impression DEMIR is tiring and tiring quickly. I don't know whether the coaches of BERTINI of Italy, SEFERIÁDI of Greece, and PULGARIN from Spain passing on that information, but here's a woman who's striding away to a gold medal. Well, back in Tbilisi 2 years ago, Belarus got just 1 gold medal. Three laps to go. You saw 4,200 metres there. No, they've only passed 3,800 at the moment. So 3 laps to go. I can confirm that. But don't need it confirming that this woman, Hanna ZUBKOVA, is striding away to victory. And the gap is increasing all the time. With the aid of my monitor, I'll try and keep you up to date with what's happening behind ZUBKOVA. But the gap between her and FIÁSKA in second place is now 26 seconds. Well, it seems as though DEMIR's got a second win. She's coming through. She's closed the gap a little bit on FIÁSKA. Still three very big gaps all the way through. ZUBKOVA, FIÁSKA, DEMIR walking solitary races in the medal positions. However, it has to be said that the group behind her of BERTINI and also SEFERIÁDI are closing on DEMIR as well. So barring disaster, gold should go to Belarus. Two laps to go, 800 meters to go. Well, ZUBKOVA looks well on the way to walking to a much faster time than Bekmez in Tbilisi 2 years ago. Championship records, not perhaps so relevant after one edition, but nevertheless a fine run from ZUBKOVA. Keep saying run, I do apologise. As force of habit. I'll try and sharpen things up in time for the men's 10-kilometre walk, which comes up later on in the championship programme. So ZUBKOVA lapping in around 1 minute 50 seconds. Well, I'm just looking. FIÁSKA only just in shot now with that wide shot, that overhead shot. ZUBKOVA 500 meters, a little bit less to go. Tall blonde figure. And really she's controlled this race from the first few hundred meters. And I've been keeping an eye on the judges, and I don't think there's been any warnings given out to her either. So good display technically from the Belarus walker. So ZUBKOVA about 300 meters before getting her gold medal. Just needs to remain calm now, not let excitement get on top of her. And just lapped her compatriot, MAROZAVA. I can tell you the warm conditions getting the better of some of the other walkers, but ZUBKOVA keeping her cool. I doubt she'll have raced in anything quite like this before. Well, the gap has increased. It's now 43 seconds back to FIÁSKA. It's really been a fine display of walking from ZUBKOVA over the last 2 kilometres, last 5 laps. She's really poured it on. 26-second gap between FIÁSKA and DEMIR. BERTINI back in fourth, closing on DEMIR though. If we can watch that, I think we're going to have a fascinating battle for the bronze. But there we have it, celebrating the first European Athletics Under-18 champion here in Győr. It's Hanna ZUBKOVA from Belarus. Well, understandably a little bit tired, but there we go. The grin of a champion. She knows she's going to have the Belarus national anthem played out in her honour. Still women coming through, hearing the bell. I think we've just seen FIÁSKA. Come through to confirm the silver medal. I can confirm now ZUBKOVA's time of 22:45:47. Bettering the championship record of Bekmaz from 2 years ago. Well, that was DEMIR just coming through. Another fine walk from a Turkish girl. Oh, we didn't see it, but it looks like BERTINI got through for the bronze medal. Really making up ground on that last lap on DEMIR. FIÁSKA confirmed though, 23:39:12. BERTINI personal best, 24:18:80 to take the bronze, just ahead of DEMIR. Just watching as some of the walkers come through now. PULGARIN of Spain got 5th and SEFERIÁDI of Greece 6th. So here's a quick recap of the highlights of that race. But here's the woman who dominated it. I'm sure we're going to see much of her in the years to come. Hanna ZUBKOVA. She crosses the line and takes the plaudits. There we go. I think she can afford to look very pleased indeed. As the rest of the walkers, 24 women started this race, coming through. Still a few out there. And there's Hugo, the rooster. There's a famous tradition of an iron rooster here in Győr, which I'll expand on just a little bit as we look at some of the walkers on the track. Famously, the Hungarians were being attacked by the Turks. There's no animosity these days. That's how it happened about 700 years ago. And one of the locals got up onto the top of the local castle and started shaking a big iron rooster. And it scared the Turks enough that they thought it had come to life and left the castle and left it back to the inhabitants of Győr. The iron rooster that saved the city. Look it up on the internet. There's plenty on it on Google and Wikipedia if you want to have a look. Hugo was the mascot here at the European Youth Olympic Festival, held in this very same Olympic sport park 12 months ago, and now he's resurrected again and is the mascot here. So there we can confirm the top 8. ZUBKOVA 22:45:47. FIÁSKA gets the silver for Greece, 23:39:12. And Simona Bertini coming through with a terrific last lap, 24:18:80. As we run down the rest of the competitors, we're expecting a bit more from Julia PERRICHON, who's third on this year's under-18 list. She finished in 9th.